The sky above Earth was filled with shadows. Not clouds, not storms, but a fleet of alien warships, massive and imposing. They hung in orbit like predators, circling a fragile prey. Inside their command centers, alien officers laughed. Their voices echoed through the halls, filled with arrogance and contempt. "Look at them," one commander sneered, pointing at the small human fleet below. "This is what they call a defense? Fragile toys floating in space? Ha! Do they think they can resist us?" Another officer barked, slamming a clawed hand on the control panel. "They are weak. Their technology is primitive. We will crush them before they even fire a shot." Yet below, on the bridges of Earth's warships, there was no panic. No alarm screamed. No desperate commands filled the air. Admiral Elena. Morale stood calmly before the main display, her uniform neat, her eyes sharp. Around her, her officers worked quietly, observing the approaching armada. "They mock us," said Commander Jonas Halle, his voice steady. "And that is exactly what we want. Let them underestimate humanity. Let them laugh." Dr. Myra Kwan, the chief scientist, monitored alien energy signals on her console. Her fingers danced across the controls as she analyzed wave patterns, engine outputs, and shield fluctuations. "Their arrogance is almost amusing," she said softly. "They think we are weak. They cannot even read half of what our sensors are showing." Elena nodded. "They see our ships and call them toys. They do not see the years of preparation, the hidden systems, the technologies we have developed in secret. That is their mistake." Alien. Scouts moved closer, probing human defenses with long-range sensors. They expected resistance, but instead they found calm. Every scan returned odd data, strange energy readings that fluctuated in ways their technology could not explain. Ships seemed to shift slightly, shields pulsed faintly, and engines emitted energy patterns the aliens had never seen. "Commander, these readings," a young officer whispered nervously. "They are unusual. Something about these ships. It is not normal." The alien commander waved the concern away. "Nonsense. They are simple vessels. Every calculation shows them weak. Focus on attack plans. Ignore their tricks. There is no threat here." Back on Earth, human engineers and scientists prepared quietly. Cloaked strike vessels adjusted their positions around the Armada. Energy shields were calibrated, weapon systems aligned, and small orbital stations hummed with hidden power. All of it invisible to the aliens. Jonas leaned toward Elena. "They still think numbers win wars. They still do not realize that strategy and precision matter more. Soon they will be confused. Soon they will make mistakes." Dr. Kwan's console beeped softly. "They are scanning for weakness. Every signal we emit is confusing them. They cannot figure out if it is a trick or a real energy source." Exactly what we want. The alien fleet continued to circle. Their laugh turned to confusion as minor sensor errors appeared. Ships flickered slightly. Engines read strange outputs. Shields behaved unpredictably. Officers murmured, whispering uneasily to one another. "What is happening? Why are our sensors failing?" One shouted. "Impossible," said another. "They cannot have this technology. This cannot be real." From the center of the human fleet, the Terran Dreadnought, a massive and mysterious vessel, pulsed faintly. Its energy was subtle, almost invisible, yet it reached across space, affecting the alien sensors in ways they could not calculate. The pulse did not attack, did not move it, simply existed, creating uncertainty. Jonas watched the alien reactions on his console. They feel it, they are uneasy. Even though they still laugh, they are beginning to question what they see. Elena remained calm. Let them wonder, let them doubt. Fear grows from uncertainty, not from attack. And right now, we are invisible, unknown and unpredictable. The alien commander tried to maintain authority. They are only a few dozen ships. Keep formation, focus scans, attack at first sign of weakness. But the officers around him could not ignore the strange energy readings. Every system they tested showed anomalies. Every calculation returned impossible results. And for the shoe, first time, laughter gave way to unease. Dr. Kwan smiled faintly at the console. The pulse is subtle, but it is working. They cannot decode it, and they cannot ignore it. It unsettles them. Their arrogance is starting to crumble. As the sun reflected on Earth below, the human fleet remained calm and prepared. Nothing moved openly. Nothing revealed itself. The Terran Dreadnought emitted its hidden signal, subtle but powerful, causing confusion throughout the alien Armada. And in that quiet moment, the first seeds of doubt planted themselves in the minds of the galaxy's most confident invaders. The aliens laughed at humanity, calling Earth's ships toys. But now, something invisible, mysterious, and deadly was awake. And even the smallest human vessel could change the course of the galaxy. Alien Armada spread across Earth's skies like a black ocean of metal. 10,000 ships floated above the planet, their silver hulls glowing against the stars. From orbit, they looked invincible. Entire civilizations had fallen to them before. To the aliens, Earth was nothing more than another weak world about. To kneel in their command flagship, the alien warlords laughed. "These are humans?" One of the alien admirals sneered. His voice echoed through the wide chamber. "They send children's toys to defend their world." The screens around them displayed Earth's fleet. Small ships, strange designs, nothing compared to the towering warships of the invaders. The alien commanders grinned, confident. "They will beg for mercy," another said. "This will be over in hours." But not everyone in the alien fleet laughed. A younger officer kept silent. His eyes studied the human ships again and again. Something felt wrong. They were too calm, too quiet. Why were the humans not panicking? On Earth, the situation was different. In hidden bunkers beneath mountains, human leaders watched the enemy carefully. The room was filled with maps, star charts, and constant streams of data. Alien energy signatures were recorded, measured, and studied. The world should have been in chaos. Civilians should have been screaming in fear. But strangely, the streets of Earth were steady. People waited. They trusted something hidden. In a deep lab, scientists huddled around screens, whispering. The aliens thought themselves gods of war. Their ships burned brighter, larger, stronger than any human vessel. But the scientists laughed. "They don't even know what they're looking at," one whispered. "Their energy signatures are predictable. Old technology, just dressed up to look new." "Arrogant," another said. "They believe size alone means power. They still don't understand what we've built." At that moment, the younger alien officer aboard the flagship noticed something strange. His scanners flickered. For a second, one of the human ships disappeared from the system. He blinked and checked again. Nothing. The ship was still there, silent, waiting. "My lord," the officer said, turning to his admiral, "something about these human ships feels off." The admiral barked a laugh. "Off? They are weak, can't you see? They hide behind tricks. Scan again if you must, but do not waste my time." The officer did as ordered, but deep inside, his unease grew. Back on Earth's surface, military commanders gave no grand speeches. They did not roar promises of victory. They simply observed. Quietly, coldly, every alien movement was noted. Every formation, every engine pulse, every strange shift in power. And then it happened. From the heart of Earth's fleet, a signal pulsed, faint, silent, invisible to alien eyes. It was not a message. It was not a threat. It was something far more terrifying. The Terran Dreadnought, massive, dark, and silent, released a ripple into space. Alien sensors showed nothing. Their machines saw only empty air, but their instincts screamed. The officers shifted uncomfortably in their chairs. What was that? One of the alien captains asked over the comms. His readings showed no signal, no energy, nothing at all. But his chest felt heavy. The silence pressed against him. Not another captain snapped. Nothing. Do not let these humans trick you with illusions. Yet, unease spread. Silence is not a weapon, they understood. Silence was worse than noise. In the command bunker on Earth, the generals finally spoke. Signal received. The Dreadnought is ready. The scientists exchanged quiet smiles. The alien fleet, for all its size, for all its arrogance, had no idea what they were standing against. And as the faint pulse of the Terran Dreadnought vanished into the void, even the bravest alien admirals felt something they had not felt in centuries. That fear. The silence of humanity was not weakness. It was the beginning. The alien armada stretched across the sky like a wall of steel and fire. Their ships blocked the stars, their shadows falling over Earth. To the aliens, it was a beautiful sight of dominance. To humans, it should have been terrifying. But something was strange. Humans did not scream, did not beg, did not kneel. On the alien flagship, Grand Commander Cyrus laughed as his officers delivered reports. Earth's ships are toys, one officer said. Their largest vessel cannot compare to even our smallest cruiser. The room filled with cruel laughter. Yet, deep inside, a younger officer named Rylas felt uneasy. He stared at the human fleet on the screens. Their ships looked old, rough, and simple compared to the sleek alien designs. But there was something unsettling. Those human ships just floated there, calm, silent, and waiting. Why don't they run? Rylas whispered to himself. Cyrus heard him and smirked. Because humans are too foolish to know when death comes. But Rylas shook his head. He felt that something was not right. On Earth, in the underground command center, human leaders sat around a large table. Screens displayed the alien armada, but no one looked afraid. The generals leaned forward, speaking in calm voices. The aliens think they've already won, one general said. They always do, replied another. But arrogance blinds them. At the edge of the room, a group of scientists studied strange readings from the Terran Dreadnought, the largest ship Earth had ever built. It was old in design, rough around the edges, but the energy signature coming from it was impossible. One scientist adjusted her glasses, frowning. This signal, it shouldn't exist. It's like a pulse, but no alien sensors can read it. Only our instruments can pick it up. The room fell silent. A faint hum vibrated in the air, almost like the ship itself was alive. Back on the alien flagship, Rylas' console blinked. He stared at the data. Something was wrong. Commander, he said carefully, there's an anomaly. A faint reading from the human dreadnought. It's small, but consistent. A signal of some kind. The commander laughed. A broken engine, no doubt, or a failing reactor. Let them rot inside their junk ship. But Rylas could not shake the feeling. He checked the readings again. No, this was not random. This was deliberate. A pulse. A code. A hidden message. He swallowed hard. Sir, with respect, I don't think it's a malfunction. It's something else. Cyrus slammed his clawed hand on the console. Enough, Rylas. These humans are nothing. Do not let their silence infect your courage. The commander turned to his crew. Prepare the first strike. Let Earth burn. The humans, however, did not panic. In the command center, a soft smile spread across the face of Admiral Rayos, the human fleet commander. He leaned back in his chair, eyes locked on the alien fleet. "They don't see it," Reyes said quietly. "No," the scientist replied. "They can't. Their sensors are too advanced, too proud. They see everything except the simplest code." The pulse from the Terran Dreadnought continued steady, calm, like the heartbeat of a giant. It traveled across human ships, invisible to alien eyes. "What is it saying?" a young officer asked. The scientist glanced at him. Her face was pale. "It says, 'Awake,'" the word echoed in the command center. The officers exchanged looks. No one dared to speak louder. The alien fleet. Unease began to spread. Relas wasn't the only one now. Other officers whispered about the human dreadnought. Why did its readings look so strange? Why did it emit a signal no one could understand? "Sir," another officer said nervously, "the human ship." "It is. Not moving, but its energy is shifting. Like it is waiting for something." Commander Zyrus snarled. "Nonsense. Fire upon them and end this." But still, the whispers grew. Back on Earth, the dreadnought stirred. Its old, scarred hull carried secrets from a time before aliens ever reached Earth. A hidden system, buried deep within, had been waiting for centuries. The pulse grew stronger. Humans felt it like a vibration in their bones. The aliens could not see it, but they felt uneasy, as if space itself was whispering against them. Admiral Reyes finally spoke, his voice steady. "Let them laugh. Let them think us weak. When the dreadnought wakes, they will learn." The room darkened as screens flickered. The signal spread wider, faster, beyond Earth, beyond the system. And in the alien flagship, a last console flashed. Red, his heart sank. "Commander," he whispered, voice shaking. "This signal, it's not a malfunction. It's older than our empire." For the first time, the laughter of the alien Armada faltered. The humans did not fear death. Because they carried something far more terrifying, a secret buried inside the Terran Dreadnought. And now it was awake. The alien Armada circled Earth like a ring of fire. Their warships gleamed with power, their weapons humming with energy. To the galaxy, it looked like Earth was already finished. But inside the alien command ship, silence replaced laughter. Something strange had just happened. Their sensors machines, built with the finest technology in the galaxy, picked up a ripple of energy. It was faint, almost hidden, but it came from the Terran Dreadnought. The commander frowned. "Explain this," he demanded. His officers bent over the glowing screens, checking, rechecking, and arguing. But none of their explanations made sense. "This signal is not possible," one whispered. "Then why do we see it?" The commander growled. "It is like a shadow of energy. Something we cannot read." The crew shivered. To them, this was impossible. Every species in the galaxy used energy in predictable ways. Shields, weapons, engines, everything had patterns. They knew how to read them. But the Terran Dreadnought was different. Its energy did not fit any pattern. It was like staring into a dark mirror that reflected nothing back. In Earth's command center, human leaders watched calmly. They had been silent all this time, letting the aliens believe they were weak. Now they waited for the moment the invaders would finally realize the truth. Dr. Hannah Malik, one of Earth's lead scientists, leaned close to the monitor. "The signal has started," she whispered. The general beside her nodded. "Good. Let them see it." For weeks, humans had prepared. They knew the alien fleet would come. They knew they would be mocked, laughed at, and underestimated. That was the plan, because the Terran Dreadnought was no ordinary warship. It was humanity's secret, the result of decades of silent work, built with science no alien had ever seen before. Back in the alien fleet, panic spread. "Commander," one officer shouted, "the Terran ship." Its readings are interfering with our scans. I cannot lock onto its core systems." The commander slammed his clawed hand on the console. "Impossible. No human machine can block our sensors. They are primitive." Yet the evidence was clear. Their scanners showed static. Their readings failed again and again. It was as if the Terran ship was covered in a cloak of shadows, invisible to their tools. Worse still, their own ships began to show small disruptions. Lights flickered. Shields wavered. "What is it doing to us?" Another officer cried. The commander's cold eyes narrowed. "It is sending something. A message or a weapon. But we cannot read it." The word weapon spread like a poison across the crew. Could the humans truly have something powerful enough to touch the greatest fleet in the galaxy? Far below, on Earth, citizens watched the sky. Millions of lights dotted the heavens' alien warships, each one strong enough to destroy a city. Yet people did not scream. They did not beg. They stood together, silent, waiting. Their eyes were fixed on the one ship that mattered, the Terran Dreadnought. The ship did not move. It did not fire. It only pulsed, sending that strange, invisible rhythm into the void. Some, on Earth, whispered that it was alive. Others believed it was something more than a ship, something beyond what the galaxy understood. Inside the alien flagship, fear turned to anger. "Commander," said one officer, voice trembling, "this cannot be allowed. We must strike now, before it grows stronger." The commander's jaw tightened. "No, we do not fire blind. We will study it, break it, and then we will laugh again." But deep down, even he felt it, the unease, the silent dread. The Terran Dreadnought was not afraid of them, and that alone was terrifying. Then, without warning, the pulsing signal changed. The faint rhythm shifted into something sharper, stronger. It spread not only through space, but also through the very systems of the alien fleet. Screens glitched, lights dimmed. Weapons shut down for a second, then reactivated. The aliens roared in confusion. "It is in our systems. How?" The commander shouted, "Find the source. Block it." But they could not. The Terran Dreadnought sat silent, its dark hull reflecting no light, its weapons quiet. Yet somehow, without firing a single shot, it reached into the heart of the alien Armada and touched their ships. The commander's laughter was gone. His officers no longer mocked humanity. Now they whispered words no alien had spoken before. "The humans, they are dangerous. On Earth, General Ruiz turned to his people. Phase 1 is complete. Now they know." Dr. Malik smiled. Faintly. "Let's see if fear weakens them before we even fire a single shot." The Terran Dreadnought pulsed again, stronger this time. The aliens, for the first time, truly felt its silence pressing against them, heavy and unexplainable. And the galaxy would soon learn the truth. The Terran Dreadnought was not just a ship. It was a warning. The alien fleet had grown restless. For hours they had circled Earth, waiting for anything that showed the humans were ready to fight or surrender. But the silence from Earth was worse than any threat. The alien commanders, once laughing, now spoke in sharp whispers. One commander slammed his clawed hand on the command table. "These humans play games? They hide behind silence, but silence cannot save them. We will erase their world with one strike." Yet another commander raised his hand, urging caution. "No, look again, look closer. Their ships. They are not what they seem." He pointed to the glowing energy readings that their scanners kept struggling to understand. Every time the aliens scanned the Terran Dreadnought, their systems gave different results. Sometimes it looked like a simple warship, other times like something far more powerful. On Earth's side, human leaders were gathered in a dark command room. Their faces were calm, almost cold. One general leaned forward, whispering. They don't understand. They never will. That's why they're afraid. Another replied quietly. They see only numbers. They think power is size, weight, and fire. But our strength is something they can't measure. In space, the alien soldiers began to feel it too. At first, it was nothing more than a strange unease. Their screens flickered. The air in their ships seemed heavier. A low hum pulsed through the void, but none of their instruments could record it. What is that? An alien pilot muttered, gripping the controls. His commander snarled. It's nothing, just interference. Ignore it. But the hum grew stronger. It wasn't sound. It was pressure. A weight pressing on the mind, whispering fear into every thought. The Terran Dreadnought drifted slowly, almost lazily, yet every movement of the ship made the aliens tense as if they were prey, watching a predator stretch its claws. Back in the Galactic Council's observation chamber, alien leaders were watching the feed with unease. They too had expected Earth to be crushed in an instant. But now they leaned forward, their laughter gone. One elder alien whispered, "That ship." "What is it?" No answer came. Not from their generals, not from their scientists, not even from their archives. For the first time, they were staring at something they could not classify. Inside the human dreadnought, the crew was silent, focused. The captain stood at the center of the bridge, hands folded behind his back. He did not bark orders. He did not raise his voice. He simply watched the alien fleet dot at last. He spoke in a calm, almost soft tone. They don't understand what's coming. Let the signal flow. Let them feel it. And then, without warning, the faint pulse from the dreadnought grew. Not a weapon, not a blast. Just a signal silent to machines, yet heavy to the mind. The alien commanders clutched their heads. Their crew staggered, shaking as shadows seemed to crawl across their vision. "This is impossible." One shouted, struggling to keep control of his voice. "They are breaking us without firing a shot." Fear spread through the Armada like fire through dry grass. Soldiers muttered of curses, of human witchcraft, of something older than war. The fleet, once proud and united, now quivered with doubt. On Earth, the scientists smiled faintly. One of them whispered into the silence of the command center. They're starting to feel it, the unseen edge. The thing they thought we didn't have. The Terran Dreadnought did not move closer. It did not need to. Its silence, its presence, its unseen power was enough to shake 1,000 alien warships. And so, in that still moment, the balance of the galaxy began to tilt not with fire, not with blood, but with a silence more terrifying than war. The alien commanders leaned closer to their glowing screens. Their fleets filled the skies above Earth, billions of tons of warships, weapons enough to erase a dozen planets, all pointed at one small blue world. Victory should have been certain, and yet unease grew. Their scanners showed strange things. Earth ships looked old, weak, small compared to their Armada. The alien generals mocked them only hours before. But now, those same toys returned unreadable signals. What is this? One commander hissed. Our sensors cannot see through their armor anymore. Impossible, another growled. Their technology is primitive. They cannot hide from us. But still, the truth remained. The Terran Dreadnought pulsed with something unseen, something beyond alien understanding. Fear spreads among the invaders at first. Laughter echoed through the Armada. They believed Earth was only stalling, trying to appear brave before destruction. But then a faint signal spread. From the Dreadnought dot, it was not a normal transmission. It was silent, invisible to alien machines. Only shadows of its presence appeared in their systems, like a ghost knocking on locked doors. "Track it," ordered the High Admiral. We cannot, sir." The signal slips away each time we touch it. The room went cold. Alien officers shifted in silence. These were not weak humans after all. Something inside those ships carried secrets beyond known science. On Earth, calm before the storm, human leaders sat inside the command center beneath the Earth's crust. No one shouted. No one panicked. Instead, silence ruled the room. Eyes watched screens, tracking every alien move. Status of the Dreadnought? Asked a Terran commander. All systems ready, replied an officer. The signal has been sent. The humans nodded. They expected confusion among the aliens. They wanted fear to spread before the real strike began. Maintain silence, the commander ordered. Let them wonder. Fear is more dangerous than fire. The Armada's growing confusion, alien captains shouted across channels. Why do their ships not move? Why do they not defend themselves? Why do they look so calm? The alien fleet fired a warning barrage into space, plasma burning brighter than suns. Yet Earth ships did not answer. They only floated, silent, waiting. One younger alien officer whispered, Admiral, maybe we made a mistake. Maybe they are not as weak as we think. The Admiral silenced him, but the doubt had already spread. Even hardened soldiers began to feel the weight of unseen danger. The Terran Dreadnought awakens. The faint signal grew stronger. Invisible waves spread across the Armada, touching every ship. Alien screens flickered. Engines faltered. Weapons shut down for seconds at a time. What is happening? Panicked voices cried. The Terran Dreadnought's hull began to glow faintly, as if alive. The ship that once looked like a relic now appeared like a god of war. Alien commanders clenched their fists. They tricked us. This was all a trap. But it was too late. The final silence inside the human command center. The Terran commander gave the quiet order. Phase 1 complete. Begin Phase 2. The Dreadnought pulsed once more. A wave spread outward, invisible yet unstoppable. One by one, alien ships froze in silence. Engines died. Weapons darkened. Shields collapsed. From 10,000 warships strong, the alien armada turned into a graveyard of drifting metal. The High Admiral screamed into the comms. Restart the systems. Fight back. But nothing worked. The Dreadnought's signal had already taken control. The lesson for the first time in galactic history. A superpower armada faced defeat without a single shot from Earth's side. Silence filled the stars. Billions watched across galaxies, stunned by what they saw. Earth-small. Weak Earth had stopped the most powerful fleet in existence. The Terran commander spoke only one sentence to the galaxy. You laughed at us. You called us weak. But today you have seen the truth. Humanity does not bow. Humanity waits. Humanity strikes when the time is right. The aliens, once so proud, now trembled. They had mocked Earth's ships as toys. But now they feared even their silence. For silence had become the most terrifying weapon of all. The Terran Dreadnought floated in the void, watching, waiting. The signal still pulsed, invisible, unstoppable, promising one truth to all who dared challenge Earth. The age of human weakness was over.